Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to look at two beers from a brewery that I haven't tried before, Fortuna Brewery. So, like with Minerva, Fortuna is also from Jalisco, and actually from Zapopan, which is where Minerva began. So here are the two beers. Here's the Pale Ale, very simple labelling. And the other is an IPA called Ippolita. I like that label much more. It has a nice design to it. I think they went too plain with the Pale Ale label, to be honest. So they're the two that I'm going to be trying today. So let me pour the beer. And as you can see, actually it's one I made earlier as I cocked up the first bit of the video, but a nice pale colour, yeah. A nice head as well. It has a more hoppy aroma compared to the Minerva. Very fruity. Like peach or mango. Slightly hoppier than the Minerva as well. It's nice. A nice dry taste. Nice and refreshing. And 5% makes it a beer you can enjoy a couple of quite nicely. In terms of food, maybe with a birria, some barbacoa de borrego. Very different as a pale ale compared to Minerva's. And actually, yeah, I like the maltiness of the Minerva, but this one, yeah, this one is a little lighter. It's a lighter beer in general. It's a little hazy too. I think there's yeast in the bottle in this one, to be honest. Yes, if you look at the bottom, you can see some yeast at the bottom. So if you are drinking this, don't glug it from the bottle. You may get quite a surprise when the yeast gets activated. Very refreshing. Definitely a summer's day beer. We're in December now, so not exactly the ideal beer for the weather. Maybe the pale ale from Minerva is, but this one is more seasonal, more to drink it in the summer more so than in the winter. But yeah, all in all, a very good first effort from Fortuna. So, we're on to the IPA now. I do like this label. So, let's see how this one is. Again, it seems to have a very similar colour to the Pale Ale. Again, a good head. Maybe a touch lighter than the Pale Ale. Looks more like a Pilsner in terms of colour. but it looks a very nice glass of beer. If somebody were to serve you this, you would be very happy with the serving. Again, it has a kind of grapefruit note, like some other IPAs have been. I don't know if that's down to the hop. I'm not sure what hop they actually use in these. It's certainly not a Golding kind of hop. It's maybe one of the Cascade hops that is quite popular. Or I'm not sure of the American variety, but probably an American variety, because I don't know if they actually grow hops here in Mexico. I'm not sure if the conditions are quite right, but maybe over in Jalisco it could be. That's nice. There's a good hoppy note to that. Yeah, nice coating there on the mouth. The eye deceives you when you think, that looks like a lager, and then you taste it, and then you go, wait a moment. There's kind of a little bit of a paradox in appearance and flavour. But yeah, there's a kind of dryness there. You get the grapefruit note, but you don't get it in the flavour. You get a citrusness, but like a general citrus note in the flavour. Again, not peppery like the American IPAs. Just is nicely balanced. And again, as it's not overly hopped, it's a more drinkable beer than many of the American IPAs tend to be. That's rather good. So it has a really gorgeous aroma. There's some other note in that, other than the kind of grapefruit, mild grapefruit note. Little orange peel. That is a very nice beer. So, Fortuna. First time I've had any beer from the Fortuna brewery, and I'm glad I managed to find them. Thank you, Amazon. Along with the other IPAs and pale ales that I've tried. That is a very good one indeed. So, how would I grade these two? That was difficult, because they are very, very similar in flavour profile and colour. But the Ippolita is just a little hoppier. And it was unusual to have a pale ale that had more hoppiness compared to what you would expect from a pale ale. I would actually say their pale ale was more of an IPA in terms of the hoppiness and style of these beers. And how they were so similar. Both were delicious. I think I would give both of them a 9. But maybe Ippolita. Sorry. There's the burp. You always get one burp per video. I do promise that every video may get a burp. Anyway, back to the beer. So, yeah, maybe I would give the Ippolita a 9.1. Just had that little edge over the pale ale. I think Fortuna should make a better label for the pale ale. It did look a little utilitarian. It didn't kind of show a little... Maybe the picture of Zapopan would have been nice on it. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. But yeah, 2 very good beers. 2 that I really am glad that I found. What else are Amazon going to have on offer? I will show you in later videos. So, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe from those buttons at the bottom of your screen there. Enjoy a beer wherever you are. Cheers. Bye for now.